Today is April 9th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer Cardinals fought back, got the game to extra innings, and then fell just short last night in game 1 of 3 against the Phillies. That was the one they needed to win because tonight and tomorrow they're going up against a lot better pitching.
Well, I don't know if it can get much better than the performance last night. It's pretty typical Cardinals history of the unknown guys or the ones you haven't seen in a while stick it to you. I think that on paper, that's absolutely true. And in real life, it wouldn't shock me if the Cardinals come out and really grind. Now, having said that, the offense is really, really in a concerning funk. We're only 11 games into the season. And I won't panic till the end of the month and see how these trends continue. The bad trends, too many strikeouts, veteran guys not hitting. The good trends, you got a couple of young guys doing a terrific job, but my worry is that the league will get a book on them eventually and see how they adjust. So it's like this, right? And that's why you need a month worth of numbers to kind of get a feel for it. Did I lose you, Joe?
I got you back now. It's Zach Wheeler on the mound tonight. You talk about a month of numbers. A few guys with some numbers on Zach Wheeler going into the game tonight. Won't have the lineup out for about another half an hour or so. Nolan Arenado, 357 batting average against Zach Wheeler in his career with 14 at-bats. Wilson Contreras has seen him 15 times. Brandon Crawford 12 times with a 333 average, hitting really well against him with an OPS of 800. And Paul Goldschmidt with a 26 at-bats, but only a 192 average against Zach Wheeler in his career. Nolan Gorman, by the way, only 1 for 8 against Zach Wheeler in his career. And that's a guy I want to talk about tonight to start off things. 2 more strikeouts yesterday, 19 strikeouts for Nolan Gorman in 11 games on the season. We expect Wilson Contreras to be back in the lineup tonight. We were told he needed about another day off. It would make sense to me to give Nolan Gorman that day off today, maybe move Donovan to second base. Then I guess Burleson in the outfield, even though Burleson doesn't have good numbers against Wheeler either, but kind of
Ciani.
Yeah, you got Ciani out there, but with the way Ivan Herrera's hitting, if you're putting Wilson Contreras in the lineup, Ivan Herrera, I think he's earned a spot in the lineup for the time being too. And you're
That's
playing.
That's why you have a DH.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You DH Herrera or Contreras. And Claib said earlier, both Herrera and Contreras caught Sonny Gray a lot in spring training. We'll get to Sonny Gray here in a second, making his Cardinal debut.
Yeah.
But you have the option of going with either or as catcher DH in tonight's game, and I think that's what we're going to see. And maybe Nolan Gorman does get that day off. I think Victor Scott needs a day off too, but we can talk about that later. But anyway, Nolan Gorman, struggling a bit.
With Gorman, as an outsider and, as a manager, you want to talk to your guys, you want to talk to your staff. What is everybody else seeing? What is Gorman feeling? I think I'm leaning toward keeping him in the lineup and at second base. I want to try and get him going. But to your point, if he's a little stressed out, if he's a little not feeling it, reaching too much, maybe needs a day of work, I wouldn't be against that at all. But without having that internal knowledge of what's happening inside the clubhouse, I don't know about that. And I'll tell you why. Because when Nootbaar comes back, I think in a couple days, don't you?
It feels like Friday in Arizona is when we're going to see Lars Nootbaar, yeah.
So if you're still struggling, that's when I think I move Donovan to second to give Gorman a breather and Newt in left field. But everybody's there's no right answer. Results will give you the right answer. Whoever hits, hey, that's the guy.
And that kind of brings up Victor Scott, because when Lars Nootbaar comes back, you have to make a move. Victor Scott seems like he might be headed back to Memphis when that move comes. Let him see AAA pitching and then bring him up at some point later in the year.
Then who are you going to go with as your center fielder?
I mean, you got to go with Lars Nootbaar in center field and just.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do that. And I think it's only 11 games. And I think I keep working the kid because he plays elite center field. And, but if the trend continues, you can always make that move. I think, I think I'd give it a little more run, a little more leash. That would be me, I think. So, but if they decide to make that move, I get it. I don't know if there's a wrong answer here. Again, how is it? What's best for the player? But if this trend continues, here's what he's not drawing walks. If he can draw walks, hit the ball the other way, try and lay down a bunt or two. I think if he does those three things that aren't, 105 miles off the bat and hitting gaps, get on base, put the ball in play. If he'll start doing that, I think things will turn around.
We will, we'll see when the Cardinal lineup comes out what Ali Marmol decides to go with. We do know Sonny Gray will be on the mound for the Cardinals today for the first time as a starting pitcher with the Redbirds. He takes the roster spot of John Gray, who's sent back down to Memphis, and he takes the start of Zach Thompson. I would imagine Zach Thompson is going to be sitting in the bullpen, warmed up, ready to go. I don't know what kind of pitch count we're looking at for Sonny Gray in tonight's game, but
we're told 60-65, but I don't know how much they'll hold into that.
Yeah, and like you mentioned yesterday when we were talking about it, and with Sonny Gray talking his way into the start tonight.
Yeah.
If he's going to get outs, he might as well get outs for the team that's paying him, right?
Yeah, and there's the thing, and that's where traditionally you want a guy to get a better start in the minor leagues. But if it's a veteran you trust, who in his previous times throwing, whether it's in the bullpen or off the mound, whatever, if he has command of his pitches, if he doesn't appear to be in a high stress situation, meaning, getting through his motion, doing it cleanly, these are evaluation things, then I go with him. And obviously, if he's struggling at all with his legs, you just say, no. But I wouldn't pitch him in the minor leagues either if you're worried about the hamstring. If you're worried about the hamstring, you don't pitch him at all. So it appears that he's had command, that he's not pitching with a lot of stress on his arm. Would you rather have 60 pitches from him or 60 pitches from Thompson?
Yeah. The bullpen last night did give up a couple runs. That's something we have not seen a whole lot of here, really since the beginning of that first series against the Dodgers. Bullpen has been outstanding. Gave up a little bit last night in the game, but also playing from behind, a different mindset going into some of those innings. Matchups, by the way, against Sonny Gray for this Phillies lineup. A lot of guys have seen him, and a lot of guys have not had that much success. The only one that really has any good numbers of note, Trey Turner, 381 average, and an OPS of 959 against Sonny Gray in his career. But Sonny Gray has done a really good job of handling Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, all of those guys hitting under 215 lifetime against Sonny Gray. So we'll see if he has it tonight and is able to continue to hold off those Phillies hitters.
Yeah, the variables there are, Gray has I think he just keeps getting better with his age. But first start of the year, what are you going to get? How, can he get 4 innings out of it? Go through the lineup twice? Although I think there are so many variables that I don't know how much the historical numbers are going to play out. I hope they do, because they're pretty darn good.
The big offseason acquisition, the big free agent signing, Sonny Gray takes the mound at Busch Stadium tonight. Game time 4 hours from right now at 6:45. And Rammer, you might want to pay attention to the KMOX broadcast tonight. I imagine he'll also be on the TV side of things. But the brand new SLU head coach is going to be down at Busch Stadium tonight. Throwing out the first pitch and making the media rounds as well during the broadcast.
Yeah, good for him. Josh Schertz, the new Billiken head coach. They're throwing him right into St. Louis culture, aren't they?
They are
here, and you're going to a Cardinal game, brother. Have a bacon wrapped dog while you're at it.
It's the sling. I'm heading down. This is my first game of the year too. I'm heading down. I'm taking Hudson down to the game tonight. The slinger dog is, I believe, in section 131.
No,
a lot of things I like on their own. Combined, I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to take a pass on that. Yeah. See, might look into what new helmet food they have on the menus this year.
Here's the thing with the slinger dog. It's clearly a knife and fork proposition.
Yeah.
You're going to take that to your seat?
Yeah.
It's too much of a mess. It's too, and by the way, I didn't even have to say of a mess. It's too much, period. New paragraph.
I'll update you on what I eat tomorrow on the show. Afternoon show, after game or post game show tomorrow with the Cardinals playing an afternoon game, wrapping up the series against the Phillies.
What can't we? Have you ever been to Starbucks and get the little egg bites? You ever had those?
I don't do coffee, so I have never been to a Starbucks.
Anyway, give me something. Why does everything have to be 6,000 calories on one plate? Give me. Give me an avocado toast. Give me.
Hey, we're brought to you each and every day by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganast St. Louis Acura, also Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota. That's where Claibs and I just came from this afternoon. And Rammer, tell us a little bit more about your friends over at Royal Banks.
Royal Banks, your hometown bank, but now that area is obviously expanding. From St. Louis to the east side to St. Charles to northeast Missouri, where there are 3 new Royal Banks branches there. But the key is each and every one feels like your hometown bank. It's where better service means better banking. Royal Banks of Missouri, equal housing lender.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you tomorrow right here on Daily Cards Live.
Munganast St. Louis Acura would like to upgrade your current BEV experience. The new ZDX offers the performance that you expect from Acura, but upgrades your ownership experience with our award-winning team. Whether you're looking for a more convenient charging solution or an upgrade to a new vehicle, come in today and make a reservation for the all-electric ZDX coming soon. Munganast St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.